Calling all authors, the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, hosted by Robert A. Lane, is on the air, featuring everything you need to know about narrating your own audiobook. But it doesn't stop there. From special guests, including authors and professionals from the book industry, to sharing tools and techniques needed to be a confident and compelling narrator. The journey starts now. So please welcome your host, Robert A. Lane.
Welcome to the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. I am Robert A. Lane. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, thrilled. This has kind of been an ongoing thing, which I'm loving, and that is having guests come here in studio to talk about their book, to share their knowledge about all sorts of topics. And we have a great guest for you today. We're going to be talking with Sherry Kelly. She has this great book. I'm going to be right up close to the camera for those of you who are watching the podcast, called Floating Like a Jellyfish. And what I really like about this book is her subtitle. And her subtitle is The Entrepreneur's Dance with Failures, Goals, and Successes. And we're going to dive into that. But first, I would like to officially welcome Sherry Kelly to the podcast. Hey, Sherry.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Glad you're here, and glad you're here in studio. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Sherry, this book, Floating Like a Jellyfish, what I like about it is because you say the entrepreneur's dance.
Yes.
Why call it a dance?
Good question. Because like a jellyfish is, it's adapted to floating through against currents. And if you watch a jellyfish, it looks like it dances underwater, right? So, but it has to survive. So its survival instincts is to persevere through against the current, but then when it's time to take care of yourself, go into survival mode and back off and just float with the current. So
No, that totally makes sense. And I love it how you use that as a, not really an analogy, but like
metaphor.
a metaphor.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's the word I was trying to think of. What is that word? Metaphor for entrepreneurship. Now, you are an entrepreneur. Matter of fact, you are a multiple entrepreneur because not only are you an author, because as an author, you are an entrepreneur. This is your author brand. We'll talk a little more about that in detail in just a second. But you are also a hairstylist.
Yes.
And so I know before we went on the air, you're saying that you had originally come from, was it Phoenix or Tempe? Tempe or Phoenix?
I was from the Tempe area and then moved to Florida.
Okay. And so how did you get into the hair? Yeah. How did you get into hair?
Well, my mom was a hairdresser.
Oh,
or
okay.
she still is. But so over the years, I got into certain parts of salon work and did other careers along the way and didn't like any of it, and which is part of my journaling over the years that created the book. And then at a certain point in my life, I was ready to go ahead and dive into the hair part and take the time to build a clientele, and because it's not a 9-to-5 paycheck job, so you have to be able to build a clientele.
Right.
So I was able to do that and worked for many salons over the years, and then about 7 years ago decided to go on my own. And then that was right after I opened my first studio salon, COVID hit.
Oh,
so
the timing.
Yeah. So a lot of those trials and tribulations of rebuilding after COVID is what prompted the book.
No, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
That really threw a wrench in the machinery for a lot of businesses, especially for those that, a little story here, when that did hit, because there was a hairstylist, because I was working at that time at 20th Century Fox in Los Angeles, but then of course now we're doing work from home. And I needed to get my hair cut. and my hairstylist actually came to the house to do it, to cut hair, because obviously he couldn't go anywhere.
He couldn't. Now we got locked out, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had to do what you had to do. But along the way, I also launched a hair and skincare line during COVID. But it wasn't just because of COVID that I had roadblocks. It was a learning curve of who to trust and who scammed me. So, and then I wanted to teach people how to look for that.
And what's really great about your book is because you talk about entrepreneurship, and again, entrepreneurship is something that is unique to each individual business,
Right.
but
And person.
absolutely. So what's great about you, what you're sharing in this book, is your journey, and what's really, I think, is something that people should read books like this from different people, even if it's not a business that
Right.
maybe you're familiar with, because the process, it's the journey. You know, when you say the entrepreneurs dance with failures, goals, and successes. Now, can you expand a little bit about failures, goals, and successes? Now, failures, maybe it's not a failure, but a life lesson or a learning thing.
Well, even a failure isn't a bad thing if you learn from it. Or if you take what went wrong or whatever, learn something from it, whether it's a skill or, like you said, a mindset or anything like that, and rebrand yourself. But then, like we talked about earlier, there is homework in the book because it's unique to you. So you have to pull everything out of your brain, your heart, your goals, and write it down. I just help you along the way to do that. And I still do it. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing. It's like it's not just a one and done thing.
Right.
You know, being an entrepreneur is always learning and always building your business to be better than you did the year before. And like you say, I know it is something that we did talk about before we started the podcast, and that was about the learning process. You're always learning. You can't know everything. You know.
Right, but it's also like, again, with the jellyfish metaphor, you can persevere and go, and the cliche is work hard. Well, it's not all about working hard, because sometimes you have to take care of yourself. You have to protect your energy. You have to protect your boundaries, whether your boundaries are your time, and how you allow clients or business resources to treat you, or how you do business with them. You have to respect that. And then sometimes you have to float and re-energize yourself, or you get burnout, and then you won't like what you do.
Yeah, work-life balance is a thing.
It is, very much so.
It really is. What are a couple of key concepts that stand out in your book?
Meaning, what do you mean?
Meaning, like as part of the journey, or learning how to do something, or an approach to something.
Well, again, it's taking any failure you've ever had and doing something good with it. Like the cliche, making lemonade out of lemons, that kind of thing. But don't always look at everything as a failure. But that's where you have to go within yourself. Physically write it down, because if you write it down, you see it and it becomes real. And you have to, for yourself, figure out what you really want. And you can reinvent yourself as many times as you want. There's no right or wrong, but you have to, in my opinion, you have to have a passion for what you do, or you're not going to be good at it.
No, I agree with you 100%. There is something that you mentioned in the book, and that's resilience. And it's funny that when because I went through some other coaching programs when I was starting my coaching business, and one of the I don't know if it was really an award, but I was labeled as Mr. Resilient, like not giving up, and something that you had mentioned before we started the podcast was about knowing when to continue or when to move on.
Right.
How do you know that? Is it a feeling? Is it a
it's a combination of things. It's what you're willing to sacrifice to continue. For example, I can tell you, with my hair and skincare line, it would be so easy just to forget about it, just be done with it, because it's hard to compete with the big box stores and things like that.
Yeah.
but I'm not ready yet to let go because I put so much into it, and it has a lot of personal meaning with just the name itself. Um, that I'm not there yet. So it's something you have to look within to see again, what am I sacrificing to keep it going a little bit longer to see if I can maintain it or grow, and then give myself a reevaluation time, like in a year. Let's reevaluate. Don't just say, well, I'm going to give it a year and be done, because a lot can change in a year. So you have to go back to the drawing board and make that decision again.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about what you want and what your goals are. And remember, our goals my goals can change daily.
Yeah, that's true. Goals do change.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So there's that other adage or phrase of what is it? Something like someone who keeps doing the same thing over and over, that's crazy, as opposed to if something doesn't work yet, you keep doing it over and over and over,
Expecting a different result.
inspecting a different.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. My thought when it comes to continuing to do something, I look at it as, or I'll ask myself this question: did I exhaust every possibility to make this work? And the answer usually is no. There's still something
Right.
you can still try that you haven't tried yet.
Well, I can give you an example of that.
I'd love to hear it. Yeah, please.
Sitting right here.
Yeah.
And I wrote the book almost 2 years ago, and it sits on Amazon and whatnot. I've done book signings, and then I kind of just forgot about it for a while,
Yeah.
and went back to the drawing board and signed up for a book signing and got put in contact with you. And I didn't exhaust everything yet. So I'm sitting here, and it was a fear to come on a live podcast, but I'm like, why not? I haven't tried it.
Yeah,
Let's try something different.
absolutely.
So, and have fun in the process.
And have fun in the process. And that's the whole point, is to make it,
Yes.
is
It goes back to that. You have to really enjoy what you're doing, because I personally did so many things I hated and would get a stomachache going to work doing. And that's just something you have to decide for yourself.
Yeah.
Worth it?
You brought up a really good point, because a lot of people feel trapped.
Right.
They feel trapped in their job. I felt that way. I was
Yeah.
working at a major movie studio. I was working at Fox, and I thought, you know what? There's other things that I want to do with my life, but I felt so trapped. How am I going to be able to do what I want to do? How am I going to be able to afford
Right.
to move out of this? And in a sense, it was a blessing in disguise that when Disney bought Fox a few years ago, we knew we were going to be affected one way or another, and it was either Disney will keep you, and now you're a Disney employee, or you're gone.
Right.
And it wasn't your choice, it was their choice. And even, let's say you didn't want to work for Disney and say, well, just let me go. Fine, you get zero severance because you made the decision. We didn't make it for you.
Right.
So that was what it was. And when it came time, when they came to our department to disassemble it, which they did, I was on the first round of firings.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, cool. That gave me my answer. I'm not trapped anymore in this
But
job.
then that was a failure, not personal, but a failure that you turned into something completely different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect point. And that's what it was, because there was one thing for sure, and that was number one, I did not want to go back into the corporate world. And I was done working in the business. That's 30 plus years in the business. I've had enough. I'm gonna figure something else out, and coaching.
So you went back to the drawing board. You had some new goals, and you went for it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. You just have to keep trying different things. But again, you probably enjoy this, right?
I love doing this.
Yeah.
I love doing that. And entrepreneurship is hard.
It is very hard.
It's
Oh my
really
God,
hard.
It's very hard. And it also isn't all just your choices, because it all depends on who you have to do business with,
Yeah.
and things like that. And whether it's commercial businesses, your suppliers, or your customers.
Yeah.
So you can create some choices, and boundaries, but they're not all your choices.
Can you talk a little bit about some of the action items that you have in your book as people are going through it? Like, let's say they go through a chapter, and then what would you ask them? Are there questions? And then how does that
Yeah,
work?
there's several chapters that you have to write down, old goals, new goals, or personal feelings about things, and failures,
And failures?
past jobs,
Yeah.
what you liked about things, what you didn't like, and just kind of pull all that resonates with you, pull it all out, and come up with a new one.
Hmm. Do you talk about fear?
Yes, yes.
I'd love to hear your take on that and how you help people approach things that are fearful.
Fear is a double-edged sword. It's because you don't. If everything was easy, then everybody would be doing it. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
if
Yeah, that's so true.
it's, I guess, cliche. I don't know if that's the word, but um, anything worth doing is difficult
Yeah.
and scary. Like I told you a few minutes ago, I was terrified to come on this podcast because when I heard it was live, I'm like, what? So sometimes you have to push through the fear to enjoy something, even swimming. Okay, I don't know how to swim, but I'm a certified diver. How? I don't know how. Um, Terrified of the water, but I wanted to see that jellyfish. I wanted to go under the water and see that.
Yeah.
And I had to persevere through that fear to accomplish that goal. Will I do it again? No.
Yeah, well, we got a comment, Michael Reed. Thank you so much. He says,
That's Michelle Reed, I
"Oh,
think.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Michelle. I'm
Michelle
sorry.
Reed,
I'm
yes.
sorry. I'm wearing glasses and I still can't read."
I know who that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she put a nice comment saying that she read your book and that it made an impact.
It did, yes.
And I love that. And she says the questions that you asked caused her to take action.
Awesome.
And
Oh,
that
it's going to make me
I
cry.
love it. No, it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love seeing that, thank you, Michelle, for
Yes, thank
commenting on
you.
that. I really appreciate that. But that's really great. It's funny. I talk about fear in my book as well, and what I find is sometimes you just got to strip away the layers and get
Yes.
down to the root cause of what is it that's causing
The
that
unknown.
the fear. Sometimes it is
It's
the
the
unknown.
unknown.
For me, as an audiobook coach and producer, and I hear this all the time with authors that I work with. Oh, I hate my voice.
Mm.
Oh, I hate how I sound. Oh, or just having a microphone in front of you uh, is scary. Can be a very
Yeah,
scary
like
thing.
someone today told me, don't look at the microphone. I'm like, okay, I won't look at the microphone. So, because I'm afraid I'm going to cough from my asthma. So I'm really trying to focus on not coughing and not look at that microphone. So,
Yeah, you can't think about those things
yeah.
really. But one of the first lessons that I have in my audiobook coaching program is not about recording. It's not about how to do a great narration. That comes later.
Right.
Number one, it's mindset.
Yep.
It's being confident. It's believing in yourself
Yep.
and knowing that this sound that comes out of your body is part of who you are.
Yep.
And that's part of your author brand.
I remember doing cake decorating, making wedding cakes, and people would ask, "Can you do this flower, this flower?" I'm like, "Sure." I did not know how to do that flower. I had to go figure it out. But it was the mindset. Like I wanted to do it,
Yeah.
and I was excited to do it.
Yeah.
Then I figured it out later.
Yeah. So in your book, do you also talk about things like about building confidence?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's where the goal setting too.
Yeah.
And that's where the confidence comes from because even if you don't go for that goal, just writing them down and like Michelle said, she pulled things out that she forgot about even.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that builds the confidence, just trusting yourself and knowing that failing is not bad.
Yeah.
It's not all bad. It means you tried. If you don't try or don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yeah.
I don't know who said that, but that stuck with me. So,
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. It's
mhm.
like you have to at least put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And like you say, a failure, you can call it a failure, but really it's just a learning
It's a
mechanism.
stepping stone.
It's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
It's a learning mechanism.
Yeah.
It's, if something doesn't work, then you just figure it out, because that's what entrepreneurs do. You figure out, okay, why didn't it work? What can I do to make it work?
Right.
Or do I pivot
Right.
to something
Pivot,
else?
that's a good one. That's a good word. Yeah. Pivot or walk away.
Pivot or walk away.
Mhm.
Pivot or walk away. Yeah. And like getting back to when do you stop doing something?
I guess they would have to ask a poker player more about that. When do you fold?
Yeah. Right. When do you fold?
When do you fold?
Um,
And again, that's a personal thing of what you're willing to sacrifice and how long you can sustain that.
yeah.
Whether it's financial, time with family, or what have you, that has to come within you to know when to walk away.
Yeah. And the good thing that you talk about in the book is the fact that work-life balance is so important,
Mm-hmm.
and that people say, they hear it all the time. They look at it as a cliche phrase, but you know what? There's truth in.
There's so much truth into it, and it's in my dedication to my family, because my daughter and grandkids, I sacrifice a lot of time away from them, and they always say, "You're always at work, or you're always tired," and that's hard.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, like you say, work-life balance is great. Floating Like a Jellyfish is the name of the book. This is available on Amazon. You got to pick it up, and again, it's not just about, hair salons, or, it's about,
Right.
it's about entrepreneurship.
Right.
It's about entrepreneurship, and it's about how to navigate. And there's so much that you can learn from other people's journey that you can apply to your own journey. And again, I really want to stress that if you're an author and you've written a book and you put the time and money and effort and blood, sweat, and tears into writing and publishing a book, you've now become an entrepreneur, whether you like it or not. So embrace it. Embrace it, because it is a beautiful thing. You are a brand. So do anything and everything that you can to put out the best product that you possibly can, because this is a representation of who you are as your brand, just with any business. So love entrepreneurship, right?
Yeah.
Love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. We're almost out of time. Can you let us know where people can find you? Website?
I do have a website. It's called Caruso Valore. That's CarusoValore.com. And that is also my hair and skincare site, but the book is on that site, or Amazon.
Or Amazon.
Mhm.
Perfect. And again, just want to remind everybody that those both of those links are in the description. So click on it, check it out, check out the book, check out the website. Hey, you might even find some really cool products as well.
Yeah, that'd be
So
great.
check those out as well. Any plans in the future to write another book, or?
I don't know. We touched on that briefly. My husband says I hold back a lot in this book with my stories, but some of that was kind of on purpose because there's more. So maybe, I don't know. I have to reevaluate those goals on paper, read my own book, and reevaluate my goals again.
Would it be something that's similar to entrepreneurship, or would it just be a completely different topic?
I don't know that either.
Yeah.
So that's gonna have to be in the works.
Sounds
So,
good.
yeah.
Sounds good. It's a plan.
But yeah, there's more there. There's more in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I do again want to thank you for coming into studio, which I love. I love
Yeah, it
hanging
was
out
exciting.
and having you share your story, and again, a lot of great information in this book. So thank you so much, Sherry.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure having you here. This is the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. We're here every Wednesday at this time. Glad that you've hung out with us. Again, check out the links in the description to pick up Sherry's book and to find out more about her products as well. Again, Floating Like a Jellyfish, available on Amazon. Really good information. And again, a book that actually has action items is great, because it does help you get focused. It does help you with your entrepreneurship, and that's really, really important. And finally, of course, before I let you go, you got your assignment, and that is, when you're out and about in the world, Smile at a stranger, say hello to them, all right? Give them a compliment. Because that small gesture of kindness can make a world of difference in somebody's life, right? We all wear that mask of everything's great, but deep down, it could be as simple as maybe just having a bad day, or maybe it's deeply rooted into something else. But that smile and that hello and that compliment, which takes a blip of time, can make somebody's day. So be a life changer. Thank you so much for tuning into the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. Appreciate you hanging out. And again, thank you so much for Sherry Kelly being here to talk about her book as well. You guys have a great week. We'll be talking to you on the next edition of the Your Book, Your Voice podcast.
This has been Your Book, Your Voice with host Robert A. Lane. Tune in each week for another powerful and informative episode. And remember, only you can narrate your story the way it's meant to be heard.